Right from the beginning, I must say that these are completely two different type of bikes, with their own pros and cons, and normally you would not compare those two. But from the comment under one of my videos, I saw one person thinking between those two, which at this stage of this channel is enough for me to make a dedicated video comparing these two motorcycles, both of which I owned. If to be precise, I currently own CLC 450 and previously had the CLX Sport 700 back in 2023. I'll start with the general design of these motorcycles. Again, these are two different types of motorcycles. CLC is a cruiser type and CLX is more like a neo-retro cafe racer type. And when comparing them side by side, even if you are a complete newbie, you won't have troubles to see with your naked eye that they look completely different. Which is actually a good thing if you have troubles deciding which one you want, because it's not like you have two similarly looking motorcycles with slight differences making you struggle when choosing one. So in terms of the design, you have two absolutely different options. And all you need to do is to choose one, unless you're super indecisive and reach at the same time to get both of them. When it comes to the seat, obviously CLC will have an unfair advantage, as the cruiser bikes are in general well known for their comfortness than majority of other type of bikes. Although CLX is not bad either. However, the significant difference between these two would be in the passenger seat. As in case of CLX Sport, it is barely usable with how it comes from the factory. It's plasticky on the sides, it has small soft surface in the middle, extremely uncomfortable if you decide to ride with a passenger even for 5 minutes. In opposed to CLC, where you have nothing special but way more comfortable seat with no plastic and larger soft surface. Plus, CLC offers a possibility to install passenger seat rest, which will not largely affect the look of this bike. I mean, you can probably find something in the aftermarket for CLX as well, but I think it will look something that does not belong there. Handle is the next one to talk about, and right from the beginning I would say if you want to look cool, then go for CLX with clip bars pointed slightly down. However, if you want to practice your plank position, get the weird pain in your elbows and urge to warm up your arms at each traffic light, then again, go for CLX. Because again, the type of handlebar and the fact that you will need to lean slightly forward will probably make you feel everything I just described. When it comes to CLC, well, it's a cruiser which, as I said, normally are way more comfortable. It's a standard handle and the position of the seat doesn't force you to stay in the plank. Continuing with the handle, let's talk about buttons. Obviously, CLX has more stuff included in it, but the one I want to talk about is Eco and Sport mode, which, to be honest, showed no significant difference when switching between two of them. For example, in Yamaha XSR 900, I had 3 modes, A, B, and Standard, and when switching, you would really feel the difference in power. In CLC, there is no such button, and in general, there are very few buttons, all of which are buttons that you will likely use. Although one cool feature of CLX that it has self-canceling turn signals in opposed to those that needs to be manually cancelled on CLC. Screens are both round on the center, but one is monochrome and another one is digital. And to be honest, I prefer the one on CLX, which is monochrome, because it's super simple, nothing fancy, in opposed to CLX digital screen that offers no possibility to customize it despite being digital. Plus, CLX will turn on way faster than the CLC with almost 10 seconds delay from the moment you turn the key in the ignition lock. Speaking of the key, on CLX you will have ignition lock and blocking the steering wheel almost on top of the tank, and in CLC it's a bit weird because it's on the side, which from what people in the comments are saying is the traditional position for cruiser type of bikes. And to be honest, it's not the tradition you would appreciate if you drop your bike on the right side. But in addition to this, on CLC, to lock or unlock the steering wheel, you have to use the separate lock behind the headlight, which might not look as a big deal for you now, but I'm more than sure you will find yourself starting the bike and only then realizing that you forgot to unlock it. So you need to turn off the engine, take the key into the separate lock, unlock it, and start the bike again. Now probably the part you are looking for. The power of these bikes. I mean, again, this is not something you would compare because one is 450cc with 41 horsepower and another one is 700cc with 74 horsepower. Obviously CLX is way faster with the higher top speed. For example, the highest I've got was 193 kilometers per hour, and then I just had to stop because there was a car in front of me. In CLC it's around 165 kilometers per hour maximum, which is not bad as well, but still CLX easily wins this one. The difference in power obviously affects the sound of engine, with CLC sound being not bad for its kind. However, CLX is more loud with pretty nice pop that will attract or annoy more people. I won't compare brakes because, well, never crashed any of these bikes because of poor performance of brakes. But if it gives you something, then CLC is using G1 brake systems and CLX is using Brembo, both of which are considered good companies with good reputation. Price difference is not extremely huge, but still, CLX will cost you approximately 7,000 and CLC around 5,600, depending on your region. So which one I would personally choose? To be honest, none of these bikes, because I loved my Yamaha XSR 900 and the only reason I own CLX and now ride with CLC because in my country they were the best option according to research that I can get. But let's imagine XSR 900 does not exist. Then probably I will go with CLC mainly because of the comfortness of the seat, handlebar, and possibility to ride with passenger from time to time. However, that's me and the way I'm riding bikes, which is not necessarily how you plan to ride yours. So just consider everything I just said, don't rush, and choose wisely. Thank you for watching, and if you want to know about negatives of CFmoto CLC 450, then click here, and if you want to know about positives, then click here.